happy Monday. We are back and live with another certified coach that is part of our team, and we're just going to talk a little bit about her journey, why she reached out to us to be a certified coach, how it's helped her, how her business has changed, and just hear a little bit about her journey. So I'm going to add her on. Hey, hey.
Hey.
All right. So I just kind of introduced you a little bit. You're from Colorado. You used to be Colorado Springs. What area are you from now?
Yeah, in Colorado Springs
Okay.
still. Mhm.
Because I know our clinic that's coming up is going to be a little bit different area
Yeah,
than where we were before.
yes.
So,
Yeah, it's a little bit more up north.
okay.
So
What area are we going to be in when we come?
yeah, it's a Parker Aurora area, so it's a little bit on the back road. So it's perfect in between for,
Okay.
my girls that are down south, Pueblo, Colorado Springs, and then also my girls that are up north in the Denver region.
Awesome. Yay. I'm so excited. That's coming up March 1st. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. And we're going to actually be doing some pitch specific clinics. So we're excited about that. Just smaller and more intimate groups, and then really hit each pitch hard. And then we have a speed segment. They're going to get ebooks with this clinic, and so that they know exactly what to do to take home, practical advice, all of that. So I'm excited about that. But let's talk about your journey into the certified coaches. I would love to know kind of how your business was, how you were running it, basically, and then what made you reach out to us to, because I mean you were doing amazing, you were doing great, you had an awesome business, still do. How did you think that we could help you?
Yeah, initially I had been following you for quite some time. I just loved seeing your drills, the insight, the feedback that you had given your girls. And I knew I wanted to do things a little bit differently. I wanted to stand out among the instructors in Colorado. A lot of coaches aren't really certified with anyone or
Mhm.
anything. So I was like, this would be a good opportunity for me to be able to expand and grow a little bit more as a coach. Ultimately, my goal is to be a collegiate softball coach. That's, the end goal for me.
Yay.
So being able to learn more
Mhm.
and be a little bit more of a versatile coach where, I am able to specialize in more than one thing is definitely something that I was interested in.
Mhm.
Um, I was a part of a
Mhm.
franchise, so that was another issue that I wanted to get away from. Ultimately, I loved my boss and what they had to offer. But the biggest thing that I knew needed to change was I wanted to be able to, as a coach, spend time with my family more. I
Yeah.
was working crazy hours. It was, unfortunately, sometimes like 2 to 10 p.m. And that would affect my family. I have 3 kids, one of them being as young as 8 months, and I want to spend more time with them without, overworking myself, getting burnt out,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
not being where I should
Yeah.
be. Right. So that was another part of the aspect that really intrigued me too, was the business side of it.
Mhm.
So I was ready to grow, I was ready to learn, and so far it's been the best decision I've made.
Awesome. I love how you talk about your family, because I think that's the heart behind why I started. And I was like, I need to create a story about the journey of how we created this. I started out just doing mentorship for 3 months.
Mhm.
And I can't remember if you were a part of that or not. I know Danny
Um,
was, but there were some of the coaches that are with us now was a part of the mentorship. And it was only 3 months. And I just spoke with them weekly. We had Zoom calls, and I helped them build their business, expand, either get into their own facility or just branch out and just increase their clientele, their financial stuff, because it was like we had a lot of moms that were working 2 jobs, and they wanted to be home with a family, but they still wanted to be able to bring an income home, and they still were passionate about softball, but it was like it was taken away from their family because they were working 2 jobs, and
right.
they didn't know if they could actually sustain the income and branch out and just do lessons. And we kept seeing mom after mom be able to do that. And then we opened up the certified coaches. We actually had males come in too, male coaches, and be able to watch them supply another income for their family, or even branch off and just do this and be at home during the day. So it was kind of unique because I kind of started with moms in mind and then
Mhm.
it just expanded. So I love that you said that. Um, and then you also mentioned partnership. Let's talk a little bit about why the community over competition, having a partner, having other coaches in your life, how was that beneficial or supported you?
Um, it's been amazing so far. As much as people think that instruction is all peaches and cream, it really isn't. Like,
Hmm.
this is definitely not a job for the week. It's a lot of hours. I have 3 kids myself, plus the 50 that I work with,
Hmm.
just because I care about my girls so much. And it's hard to find, girlfriends that can relate, because sometimes when I vent to my girlfriends, they're like, I wish I could be able to relate to you, but I can't. So I definitely have so many friends alongside that. Like,
Hmm.
it has been amazing for me, for sure, to create these friendships and be able to piggyback ideas off of them.
Yeah.
What's nice is I just, flew out to Virginia to one of their certified coaches,
Hmm.
Madison, and got to meet up with Madison and Emma and Dalen, and we got even more closer than we were
Hmm.
before. We were able to, have conversations that we're going through, which is nice because they're going through the
Yeah.
same things that I, so we can be able to, start conversation and hold a conversation and bounce ideas off of each other on how we can improve our
Yeah.
business, how we can improve our coaching styles,
Yeah.
and ultimately how we can help our athletes be better.
Yeah.
So
I love
it's
that. I actually had a conversation with Madison and you as well. I love the fact that you even wouldn't be here together with y'all at another education, getting another certification if it wasn't
well,
for the group. Like
that's no,
you wouldn't
yeah.
have been able to expand your education. You wouldn't have been able to have the friendship. You probably would have never even had the conversation that even led to the expansion of your education, which is going to be the expansion of your knowledge and your business and the growth of your kids. So I think that's huge that, everybody in the group brings a diversity from their background on pitching, from their pitching coaches, from their knowledge, what they've studied, their education, their certifications, and also to the beginners. I love having the beginner coaches, the young females or that come in and they're like, hey, I just graduated. I have 15 students. This is something I'm passionate about. I want to do. And then they get mentored by other coaches, whoever they connect with, that says, hey, let me take you under the wing. Let me show you how I did this. This is what I did to start. This is how I grew my business. This is how I keep my clientele. This is how we grow financially. And then the support of you can do this. Like if I can do it, you can do it. And just give you the courage to branch out.
I think that's
Um
100% right. I think that was the biggest part for me, especially leaving a franchise where I felt so comfortable,
mhm,
because I didn't have to do anything on my own. Like, I
mhm,
didn't have to do the part of owning a business. So that's where I definitely lacked my confidence. But having our Zoom calls every month where, all the girls are like, "Do
mhm,
it. You need to do
mhm,
it. Like, I
mhm.
promise you, it'll be so much different and you'll love it." And I did it, and having my own business is amazing. I make my own hours, I'm my own boss.
Ah,
My
I love
girls
it.
are loving it. Like, it is the
Yeah.
best decision I've ever made. And we're even talking a little bit more in depth on how I can be able to grow my business a little bit more.
Hmm.
And I just want to be the best instructor and coach I can
Hmm.
for all of my girls
Yeah.
at the end of the day, and provide quality instruction. And this has definitely gave me the confidence for doing so much more beyond just learning,
Yeah.
foundations and sequencing of, pitching, but
Yeah.
like how to be able to be successful in this industry.
Yeah.
So,
Any college coaches that are watching this, she's a bomb coach. So give her an offer. You will want her on your staff. I promise you. She's awesome to work with.
and
Little plug, little plug. Don't steal her from us though. But no. How did you feel like you were supported the most in your business year one when you hopped in, up until like retreat and then that first year? How do you think, what was the
I
one thing that I guess that you felt like supported you the most?
Yeah, I think initially was starting off and having confidence, teaching internal
Mm-hmm.
rotation. So having the academy available for me, I think that was great. Initially, when I pitched in high school, I was taught hello elbow and everything
Mm-hmm.
completely what I don't teach now. Just because I don't want my girls to go through the same injuries.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm 32 and my body hurts, and
Yeah.
I don't want my girls, I don't want my girls to feel the same way
Yeah.
that I do. But I want to be able to understand the athlete deeper, understand biomechanics, understand, everything about physics, biomechanics, motor preferences. So that
Yeah.
way my girls can be the best they can. So that's one thing where I was super excited that I have full access to the academy.
Yeah.
I'm able to access videos, and then that way I would be able to pull them up during my lessons because a lot of athletes are are visual learners,
Mm-hmm.
right? So being able to see a video and being like, hey, this is what I'm trying to get you to do. This is one of Carrie's girls that she's working with. This is the
Mm-hmm.
video of her explaining it. Go ahead and take a look. This is what I want you to do. This is your homework. I want you to work on this. Let's make sure we have this down by our next lesson.
Yeah.
So that was great. So that way they can be able to see. And then in real time be able to produce it.
Yeah.
So that was super helpful. Leading up to the retreat, I think my first year I was very quiet. I've always like, that's how I've
Yeah.
always been. I'm an observer at first. I just like to learn and sit back and observe, and intake all of these like amazing coaches that are within the certification and listen to everything that they're teaching and be able to like make my own twist on it and, be able to teach my girls stuff that they're doing successfully with their girls.
Yeah.
So that was huge. And then the retreat came along, and that was an amazing experience. The retreat was my favorite part by far
Mm-hmm.
because now we're being able to put all these names to a faces that I've seen
Yeah.
over Zoom, that we've been texting in group chats,
Yeah.
and then being able to make a deeper friendship and be roommates with each other. I mean, this last retreat, there's like 8 of us staying in an
Mm-hmm.
Airbnb together, and we
Yeah.
all got closer and were able to hang out. And it's been truly a blessing. It really has.
Yeah.
I definitely can call these women and men some of my like greatest friends that I've met through this.
Yeah.
And again, it's just so nice to be able to have someone to bounce back and just be like, hey, I have an issue. Can I,
Yeah.
like, I'll text you every now and again and be like, Carrie, I need help.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'll do it with Allie, or even Madison and
Yeah.
Emma and Kat. So
Yeah.
it's been super
Yeah.
awesome for sure.
I remember one time you called me and I just Zoom called you during the middle of the lesson and we're just
Yeah.
like, let's just problem solve. Let's figure this out. Because I know we can get so frustrated when it doesn't fit in our mind like what they're doing. Or, the same drill that's always worked for everybody else. It didn't work for her and we've tried 8 drills and then and then just something somebody else may see because you've seen that kid over and over and over again, sometimes having fresh eyes, and
Right.
then it's like, oh yeah, I mean, I've had that with you guys. It's like, oh my gosh, I've been watching her for so long, and y'all are just like, that's it. And so I love it. I love that you and I just have that friendship. I love that we get to do clinics together, hang out.
Mhm.
I get to meet with you, meet with your family and your sweet kids, and I'm blessed to know you as well. So I appreciate you for being a part. And last question is, what would you say if somebody's undecided? They're wanting to do this, but it's maybe an investment for them, or they're just maybe even scared of just becoming a part because they feel like everybody knows what they're doing, or anything like that. What would you say?
Do it. Do it. I would 100% do it because again, it's like you get a taste of everything. You get to understand a little bit more. Again, the pitching side of it, how to be able to understand how to work with athletes specifically. We have amazing Zoom call coaches that come on and speak to us. So like we just, I know my favorite part again because my end goal is to be able to be a college coach, and we've had Division 1, Division 2
Mm-hmm.
coaches on here talking about how they run their bullpens, how they can
Mm-hmm.
make their girls successful at a high level. And that's a great learning environment for me specifically. I know the biggest thing too is the business side. Like if you are in a franchise, don't be afraid to you know get
Branch
your foot out of the water
out.
and go. Yes, like
Yeah.
it was again the best decision that I've made. I've always been so comfortable with what I do, and this has just made it so much more fun. And one thing I can encourage coaches, like never stop learning.
Mm-hmm.
This game is always growing. This game is
Mm-hmm.
always growing. So you want to be able to grow with it to be able to help your
Yeah.
athletes. That's one thing I cannot commend enough that I feel like it happens so often with coaches, especially around here.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to continue to grow yourself. It's
Yeah.
just going to only help your girls.
Yeah.
So
I love it.
yeah,
Well, how
do
can they reach out to you on social media? if they
Yeah.
need you. She
So
does virtual sessions, she does video analysis, in-person lessons, and then you can go in and do an intensive with her as well, which is a couple of hours or a couple of days, and just really go hard on what you're trying to adjust or fix or improve on. So tell them.
yes, yep. GS Softball is my business name. You can go ahead and DM me, shoot me an email. What's nice is I'm not only a pitching coach too.
Hmm.
I specialize in all aspects as well, besides catching. I leave that to my
Hmm.
husband. But yeah, this game is, I have a deep love for this game and
Yeah.
growing. So,
All
yep.
right. So when we post this, if you'll go in the comments and just tag your, like, put your information so they can always find you in the comments as well.
Oh
All
yeah.
right. Thanks, Gab, for
All
your
right.
time.
Thanks.
All right. Bye.
Bye.